Hey guys, I'm Penny, and today I'm going to be talking about Operation Moonfall, which is an awesome project to try and get a Majora's Mask remake onto the 3DS. So first, just a little bit of background information. Obviously, Ocarina of Time 3D came out a few months ago now, and around the time of its release, one of Nintendo's producers said that there's definitely a possibility of seeing a Majora's Mask remake onto the 3DS at some point in future, if there's enough support from Nintendo customers and the public and everyone. So Operation Moonfall is basically a big project to try and get a bunch of people to show Nintendo that there is major support for Majora's Mask remake on the 3DS. So basically, that's what it is. He's trying to show Nintendo the huge amount of support, and there's definitely an interested audience for Majora's Mask remake. Operation Moonfall's name comes from Operation Rainfall, which is another group trying to promote the localization of 3 games in, obviously, the Western countries. So they're trying to get a localization for The Last Story, Pandora's Tower, and Xenoblade Chronicles. So that's where the name Operation Moonfall comes from. Operation Rainfall hasn't been completely successful yet, but you can actually go support them as well. But that's where the name comes from. Operation Moonfall probably has a little more almost support from Nintendo at this point, I guess, just based on them saying there's definitely possibility for a remake of Majora's Mask, so that's where the name comes from. But they're both really good causes that you should support, so look into Operation Rainfall as well. One of the biggest things Operation Moonfall is doing is a petition for the Majora's Mask remake. You can sign it at operation-moonfall.org, and it reached 10,000 signatures in only 5 days, so there's definitely a huge amount of support for Majora's Mask as a remake on the 3DS, so hopefully Nintendo are paying attention to it, because I definitely want to see a Majora's Mask remake. You guys might not remember, one of my earlier videos was me talking about how much I like Majora's Mask. It's one of my favorite Zelda games, so I would definitely be super interested in the Majora's Mask remake, so I'm definitely going to be, or I already have signed the petition, but I definitely urge all of you guys to sign it as well. Another one of the big points behind a Majora's Mask remake is that it would really fill the gap between Zelda games. Right now there's we haven't heard of any Zelda 3DS game in production, and obviously Skyward Sword's coming out soon, but after that there'll be a huge gap between any new Zelda games either on the 3DS or the Wii U or anything. Majora's Mask would be a great bridge for that gap, considering they've already got the engine on the 3DS from Ocarina of Time, they've done the graphical overhaul, they've already got the story behind Majora's Mask, so it wouldn't take a huge amount of time to put together, and it'd definitely be an awesome stepping stone towards future Zelda games. So that's another one of the reasons that it'd be a really good idea, I think, and a lot of other people think as well. We don't want to go without Zelda games for that long, so it would be a really awesome idea. Also, it wouldn't really take focus away from the Zelda teams working on Wii U or 3DS Zelda titles for future, because the Grezzo team could come back and actually work on it. That's the same team who did the Ocarina of Time remake, so it'd be the same sort of game, and Ocarina of Time was obviously really awesome, so we could have the same team doing it and not even take time away from future Zelda games, so it's win-win situation. Finally, I think another one of the awesome reasons a Majora's Mask remake would rock is that they could really enhance the save system, because the save system in the original Majora's Mask was... It worked, but it wasn't fantastic, and the remake of it on the GameCube had a lot of issues with freezing and glitches, and it was just... It felt like an emulation. It didn't feel like a real Zelda game, and it was an emulation of some sort. Someone explained it to me once, but I'm not 100% sure of what exactly it was, but I would love to see a real remake that really fixed the save system and made the graphics look so much nicer. I'd love to see Termina in full 3D and all beautiful graphics and everything. And also, another point is that the newer Zelda fans who haven't actually played Zelda games much, the ones who picked up Ocarina of Time and thought it looked great, a great start into the series, Majora's Mask is another great game for them to play, I feel. It's a great game. But just another reason, I think it'd be a huge success, and I would love to see Majora's Mask remake on the 3DS. That's really all I have to say about the idea of Operation Moonfall and Majora's Mask on the 3DS. I apologize for talking so fast in this video, but you guys might already know Majora's Mask is one of my favorite Zelda games, so I get really excited when I talk about that, and the possibility of a future Majora's Mask is just so exciting to me. So, sorry about talking too fast. Hopefully you didn't have any trouble understanding me. Definitely go check out operation-moonfall.org and support the cause yourself if you think it's worth supporting. I think it's worth supporting, so go check that out, and that's about it for now, I guess. So check me out on Twitter, Facebook, and my blog. The links are all in the description. And I'll have another video up in the next few days, hopefully, and I guess I'll see you guys then. Bye!